Welcome to my first tutorial in which I'll show you how to create a basic program to change the amount of money in Far Cry 3. You can use this method for any other game. We'll begin with downloading two programs we will use. The first is CheatEngine. So you can download CheatEngine from CheatEngine.org. Make sure you download the latest version. And then we're going to download Visual Studio 2012 Express. And you need Visual Studio 2012 Express Edition, and make sure you select the version for Windows Desktop and click Install Now. I have already downloaded CheatEngine and Visual Studio Express and install it, but it's pretty straightforward. You just have to accept the agreements. The Visual Studio is for free, the Express Edition is for free, and when it finishes you will have to register with Microsoft to get a free product key, or you don't have to use the product key, but you will be limited to use the Visual Studio for 30 days. And the next thing I need to do is to look for the address where Far Cry keeps the amount of money, and you can find many tutorials on YouTube how to do this, and the steps are common for any other game, so I will just cover the basics. We'll start by running CheatEngine and we'll run the game. So my current balance is $850. Switch to the CheatEngine and we're going to look for this value and attach to the Far Cry, and first scan for 850, and we have more than 200 results, so we need to remove some of the values the CheatEngine found. As you can see, some of them are already changing, and we do this by going back to the game and changing the value. You can spend some money or find some money. So right now I have 875, sorry. So we're changing the value and next scan for this value. Usually you will get like one result, but I have two. So the way you check whether it is this address or the second one, you will add it to the address list and then change the value. So I'll change it to 700. Go back to game. As you can see, the value changed to 700. So with this address we're going to pointer scan for it, and we'll leave these options save the result. What it does is the cheat engine is looking for the base addresses which points to this specific address which contain the value 700, and you will get many results. If you have a big game, you will have like a million or more. So we will have to restart the game and repeat the steps. As you can see, we have more than 1 million addresses, so we'll have to restart the game and pointer scan again, so the amount of results will decrease. So again, we'll check the current amount of money, which is 850. Go back to the cheat engine, attach to the Far Cry again, and no this time, no. And we're going to look for the value 850. New scan, first scan. And again, we have to go back to the game and find some money. So the value changed to 884. So we're going to 884, next scan. And we have again two addresses. And from the previous search I know that the right address was the bigger one. So I'll go with this. And this time you don't want to click on it and click pointer scan for this address, because it will start a new pointer scan again. What you're going to do is you will copy the value, you'll copy the address, sorry, and then you'll go to the pointer scan result and click pointer scan and rescan memory. Okay. And the amount of results should decrease, but as you can see, we still got like 32,000 results. And what can help is that you restart your computer and do this again. So I'm going to do exactly this. So I'll be back in a minute. So I restarted my computer and we're going back to the cheat engine and the Far Cry. So as the last time, we'll check balance, which is 850, and we're going to look for this value to find the address. First scan, going back to the game, get some money, and look for this value. Next. So, and as I did previously, we want just to remove some of the results from the pointer scan. So just copy this address, click you can click pointer scan, click cancel, then go to file, open the latest results, and hit the pointer scanner and rescan memory, and paste the address and click OK. Well, it did not decrease dramatically, but we'll go ahead and pick some of these addresses from this result, because the chance is that many of these, maybe half of these entries will point to the valid address, which is the value where the game keeps the amount of money. So I'll just go ahead and copy a few of them. We will start the Far Cry again, just to check whether these addresses point to a valid value. So go back to the cheat engine and attach the game, and yes, and as you can see, all of the addresses point to a valid value, so we can pick any of these and go with it. So we can pick any of these and use it in our program. So we can pick any of these and use it in our program. So click Far Cry. Before we start programming, I would like to explain to you how is our program going to access Far Cry memory, and why did we have to use the pointer scanner, and how do we get the final pointer which points to the value we are looking for from the base address and all of these offsets. So when you start a game or any application, it will get loaded into the memory, and Windows will then map all its pointers and all its variables to virtual address space. And this space is assigned to application only, and other applications cannot access these addresses without using the proper functions. So, for example, let's have this address, and let's say that the Far Cry is currently running, and at this address there is a value of 100. And if you look into the physical memory at this exact address, you wouldn't find the value of 100. You might find it, but the Windows uses a page table to translate the virtual addresses into the physical addresses. So the chances are that the virtual addresses are completely different from the physical addresses. So we'll use the functions provided by the Windows to access other process memory, which are read process memory, write process memory, and open process. We're going to tell Windows that we will read and write to the memory, otherwise we will get an exception of access violation. I will now explain to you why did you have to use the pointer scanner and how do you get the final pointer from the base address and all of these offsets. So we have the game running and we have the cheat engine attached to it, and as you can see these pointers have changed quite a bit. So we'll take this one, and as I said earlier, Windows loads the program with its modules into the memory, and every module is placed on different location into the memory, and the location is called the module base address. So this one here is the module base address, and this and all of these values are offsets. So to get the final pointer, which points to the final value, we combine the first offset with the base address, and we will read the value at the location, and we will get this. And this value can be either a value, the final value, which is not, or another pointer. And it is another pointer because there is another offset. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this value, add this offset, and read the value at the location, and we will get another value, which is also a pointer. So we'll take another offset, add it to the value, and read the memory location at that address, and we'll get another value. And we'll do this until we reach the top, and once we do so, we will have the final value, which is the, well, not the final value, but the final pointer, which points to the final value. So that's how it works. And to simplify this, because it's pretty messy when you're programming it, I wrote a small code which will take care of those low-level procedures and all these incrementation. So all we're going to do is to write down this address and all of its offsets into one line, and that line will get parsed when it gets to the program, and the program will find the memory location. It will increment the memory location automatically. So we'll quit Far Cry and write down this pointer. So we'll start with this, and we're going to use this sign to delimit the base address from the offsets. So we're going to add all these offsets in the end. So it's okay. For one quick check. Okay, so we can close the cheat engine and we can start programming. First, download the zip file I have provided in the description. and unzip it, and you will find one folder with 3 files. Then you can start Visual Studio, and we are going to create a new project. Select Visual C#, select Windows, and select console application, and give it a name, Far Cry Trainer. OK. So right click on the project and select Open Folder in File Explorer, and move the folder from the zip file into this project, close it, right click on the project, click Add a new folder, and name it exactly CheatEngine. Right click on it, add existing item, and go into the CheatEngine and select all those files and click Add. So what we're going to do next is we have to find the process of the Far Cry, and to do so we will use the system diagnostics namespace. So type using system diagnostics, and we will call process.getProcessByName, and it's expecting a process name without file extension. So I'll copy the file name, and as you can see, it returns all the processes that matches the process name, the file name, and we're going to need only one process. So if there is at least one process, then we will have to open the process and attach to the memory. So we'll do it by using my memory class, which is provided in the CheatEngine folder. So type using CheatEngine.memory equals new CheatEngine memory, and it's expecting one process, so we'll give it the first process we found. Next, we have to translate this address into the final pointer address, and I have already taken care of it, so only thing you need to do is to copy this address and call CheatEngine ProcessAddress equals memory.GetAddress, and this will parse this address into the final address. So anytime you want to edit the value of this address, you will call memory.write uint32 at the address, and for example $50,000, or we can we'll do it differently. So to read how many dollars I actually have in the game, I will call memory read uint32 and output it to the screen. Yeah. Then I'll ask the user to input a new cache. So and we will modify the value at that address to match the new cache. Dot write uint32 at the address with the new cache. So the current cache is $850, and we will run our program. As you can see, the value is correct, so we now type the new value like 100,000, and as you can see, the value has changed. So that's pretty much how you create your own trainer.